Okay, there we go. We're back, chat. Welcome. Okay, so today we're doing more with the character sheets. And there's really nothing else to do. Well, I say that, there is more to do. Mainly being, let me, real quick, community plugin. Oh yeah, we need to run the dev test. Hold on. All right. Let's minimize this. There's really nothing else. There's really not much to do other than like squashing bugs or like cleaning up the code. But the main thing is the visual aspect that I do want to change. So we'll have to do markdown processing today. I can't actually launch it from there. I have to do it from Windows Terminal because I need administrator access. I will fix that eventually. Okay, wow. That broke my screen for a second. Oops. Okay. Command prompt. Copy path. Semi-CD to documents. PM run dev. Boom. Alright. That means we can now pull this up. Command Shift I. Oh, it's putting it at the top. Interesting. Character 6 through. There we go. Instantly able to make this, which I really like. Maybe we should wrap this in backticks. Oh wait, we can't. Because it's a string. It's a multi-line string. Okay. Well, there's a way around. There's also the fact that I could like, because it's a 5-digit number, it's generating each time with the character sheets. I'm not too worried about like, you know, it running into itself, you know, and me needing to like adjust that or anything. So I think this should be just fine. Oops. Where am I getting sound effects from? We're gonna. Oh, my Discord is streamer mode is not activated. Hold on. Turn it on. And we'll do not disturb, so I'm not bothered by those notifications. Okay, so I probably will do the backticks here. I just need to like create a separate string variable. What I was gonna say is I'm not too worried about the part about it like generating a random 5-digit number, because there is a chance that it could run into itself, but the odds of that happening I think are so slim that it's not even worth planning for. It's something we can try to do, but I'm not worried too much. Yeah, so it should be fine. I guess we could create a counting system. Again, I don't really feel like it's worth it, so you know, we're just gonna delete. You know what? I'm gonna go to my trash can because this just reminds me how much I've actually used up. Holy moly. Yes. Just used up like how, I was using up like probably how many storage. Anyway. But yeah, that should be fine. Let me go ahead. Let's go to our sheets. There we go. Export sheets. This will just pass the note equals oh that's the problem. These have to all go on the same line. Okay, can I use \n? Looks like it's detecting it in there. Yeah, so that should be fine. Real quick. $sign. Nope. Just Node. There we go. Alright, so that should actually work just fine. We need just to make sure that we got backticks around it. Oh, it might not work with \n actually. \n, it might not be necessary. I don't know if it's necessary. But okay, let's real quick. Let's do this. There we go. Go in here. There we go. There we go. Okay, that does look definitely nicer. The music on 10%. Bit quieter. I like the more subtle music. Alright, so if that's all we need. Okay. That should be fine. Let's focus on the reading mode. So we want the reading mode to look a certain way. Okay. Okay, alright. Let's pull this up here. Right. Markdown. No, we don't need to search it. Just plugins. Editor, Markdown post-processing. Okay. If you want to change how a Markdown document is rendered in reading view, you can add your own Markdown post-processor. As indicated by the name, the post-processor runs after the Markdown has been processed into HTML. It lets you add, remove, or replace HTML documents to the rendered document. The following example looks for any code block that contains the text between 2 colons. And replaces it with an appropriate emoji. Okay. There's a record. This is the context. Create a mermaid diagram. Add your own custom code blocks. No, I shouldn't have to. Alright. Can I... HTML elements. Okay, anything here we need? Okay. That's HTML elements, and then, well, this should work in Markdown post-processing, I would think. Right. Alright. Oh, does that not need to be? Oh, because it's an object. What am I thinking? Okay, we need, for this one, rendering.ts. Let's do, actually, let's do render. Hey, Issa. Finally remembered to come to the stream. Wow. You finally showed up? Alright. Render.js. Alright. Yeah, I'm working on a character sheet plugin for Obsidian. So I think... I mean... I'm trying to think of a better way to do this. I feel like I should just extend the class. Because I want to declutter this a bit. Well, no. Okay, here's what, you know what? Here's what I can do. Let's first test this. This is accepting post processor and sort order. Okay. Okay, so this allows us. I mean, that should mean we can define a type of post processor. Which we can use class render markdown, or just render should be fine. Okay, so we want, let's just try with a base div. Markdown post processor. What am I doing? That's not what I wanted. Post processor. There we go. The function whose declared type is needed. Return a value. Yeah, we'll return that. Give us a second. Okay. Return post processor. Base div. This will allow us. Element will be the post processor. So what we need is rather a function to pass with this. So that means we'll accept element markdown post processor. That should be fine. Okay, base div, and then what I do is element dot find all sign system type markdown. Oh wait, what am I doing? Nope, I'm thinking about this wrong. We're passing an arrow function here, right? This first bracket is there. Okay. Yeah, so what am I thinking? So this does need to return a type of markdown post processor. Element context. We're passing both. So element context. We'll do this. Okay. Clearbits value is never read. Okay, it is passing that as an HTML element. Okay. Alright. Alright, so this should be fine. There we go. Alright. This should be fine then now. Alright. We might need you, actually. Okay, so yeah, so base div needs to return markdown post processor. Then our element will return HTML elements. What I'm thinking next is okay. For let's couple. Okay, so yeah. So what is that target? Can we target that top div? Probably can. Yeah. App container, let's figure out what we're gonna call this. There we go. Within you. Viewer content. Save announce, tab and index. Come down here. Inline title. So Sam content container. Okay. So that means selector string. Can we do that? Will that target it? That's the question. Let me see. Find all. No, that's fine. Is find all. Okay. Yeah, so it's different. Find all will find and it'll return, yeah, and then selector will be a string. Now that should find it. So that means enter text. We'll just do find actually. We'll say parent equals. Right. So we'll assign it parent, and then we want parent dot set CSS styles. Add class, there we go. Okay, actually, can I just add? Can I add something else? Okay. Alright, so maybe we can... Let's replace it with... Can I attach a CSS to this as a CSS style sheet? I think I can. Okay. I mean, that should be fine. The root. Oh yeah, right here. We got styles as it. Delete this file. Well, we do need CSS, so we will actually keep this. Base div. Alright. So it needs to return marked out post processor. Let's test it without and see, because we just needed to render that correctly, so. Oh, well, export class. There we go. Find, and then we assign it to base div. So should be, as long as we assign this correctly. Background color, just a test. Say to aqua. Let's test. Now it's possible that this. Okay, CM content actually. So you know what? There is a class we can target here, so we'll get CM content just to make sure. Alright, so we can find it, and then there we go. Alright, that means we can oh, there's something changed. Go into reading view. Finding anything? What am I saying? We need to. Probably need to target certain CSS variables or something. Yeah. Can I target the entire thing? That is the question. Let me see. This book title. And okay. We'll just do 100 pixels. Once we've done that, display none. Oh wait. Markdown reading view. We need to target the reading view. That's the problem. Okay. So markdown reading view. This is what we're going to target. Okay. So if we target that, then that should be what we're looking for. Let's test that. You know what? Oh. You know, it might help if I'm actually like putting it in the main file and targeting it correctly. That might help a little bit. Gee, what a good idea. Markdown post processor. Const rendering equals new render. Hey Floyd. Okay, so this is the return markdown post processor. But, which I should have definitely done, I just don't know exactly. Pass these. Okay, no, I can't pass this. It's fine, I can just do an arrow function if you need to. Array dot base div. Okay, so that should, well, technically we can do this on one line. That logic, or not? Oh wait, no, we can't. It's just a semicolon. It's mess. Or oh, it is. Okay, there we go. Element rendering base dev element. Right. Let's test this out. All right. Cannot read properties of null reading add class. One second. Alright. Alright, focus up. Unrender. Cannot read properties of null reading add class. Oh, because we're supposed to be returning post processor. What are they returning here is my question. No, fine. Fine. What do you mean? Why is ESLint not liking me for this? Okay. Maybe mix spaces and tabs. Why? What is causing that? Oh. There we go. That's the problem. Okay. Comment you out. We'll see now, like. Oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Alright. Alright. Then we real quick. Cannot read properties of null reading add class. Okay, so it is re-rendering, but it cannot read properties of null reading add. So what? Create span. Plugin guidelines. Oh, we're missing something. Okay. Avoid using global instances. Should not be shown. Okay. So eventually we'll get rid of the console log. Yeah. Okay. Mobile, nothing. Use set heading. Will result in inconsistent styling. Avoid inner HTML, outer HTML. Pose a security risk. Yeah, it makes sense. Instead, use the DOM API. Create L, create div, create span to build the DOM element programmatically. For more information, refer to HTML elements. What else are we missing here? Don't do this. do this instead. Okay. Okay, so let's go see. Using a string that contains an element. Then how do they... Okay, so this makes sense, but how we're creating text. Inner text. Okay. Yeah, we're not using inner HTML, we're using inner text. So we should not be trying to add classes to it. We should be adding a we should be recreating it. Okay. So okay. So that means that the add class why did this just open? Working tree, go away. I don't need you. Okay. Create div. DOM element info. Oh yeah, clean up is empty. Create L. It creates an under the original element. Like the HTML elements use the styles. Okay. Okay, now this makes sense. Alright, so that means we should text parent.inner text create. No, we should create div. There we go. This HTML development. We shouldn't do that. Then we have okay. Then we want HTML elements. Class div. Okay, so that should be good then. Const book. Alright, this makes sense. Now let's see. That should work then. This will be a lot nicer to deal with. Okay. Can I read properties of null create div? What do you mean? This HTML element that we create the div. Why? Oh. That might be why. Possibly. Who knows? Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if that does absolutely nothing, but it's fine. Alright, so... properties of null. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I'm trying to think on this one. Because the main it's cannot read the properties of null. It's probably because we're not returning in Markdown post processor, I guess. But I don't know how to return that in this case. Let's see. Let's experiment. Never used. Yeah, it's fine. And it's got a problem with that. Okay. Use const instead. Okay, so... well, why would it be const if it's gonna get reassigned? Hopefully that we'll run on let, and that hopefully should be fine. Okay. Let me build it. That's the question, because I think it's in strict mode. Okay, it's fine. Okay. No, that should work. Log. Oh, we're looking for code. So that means if we do this, it is finding it. Okay. Okay. So, wow, that's not supposed to happen. Okay. So it is finding it here. Why? Emoji L equals code block. And then right where it is. Create that. So this should make sense. Okay. It should be. HTML span elements. Try to find it. It's got a problem with me. I doubt removing the CSS class will work. Somehow doubt that. Still going for it, okay. Can I read properties of null? Why won't you work? Okay. Demo preview. You know, maybe this is returning null. Let's try that. That might be why. If it's operating on a null value. Yep, okay. Alright, so that's our problem. It's not able to find... element fine. Okay. Fine. So what is it not gonna like? Okay. Will that work? That is the question. I don't know if it will, because the problem is well, we're looking. I don't really know how the find method is confusing me greatly. Yeah, instantly not working. Just to see if we can get that to return correctly. Properties null. Maybe we just need to genuinely gonna try and hack it the way they did. See if that helps. Use constant instead? Fine. Fine, maybe I will. Alright. Worked. No, we don't do that. Alright. Now if this should work, that'll be interesting. Because now we actually are iterating over it. Which I didn't really want to do, but we're running into similar issues we love to in regular HTML and CSS. Best job. Found it 20 times. That's how style is correctly. Okay, then we pull this up here. Markdown preview view. It worked. Let's try that. I just want to figure out where our positioning will go in this. See if that helps at all. Nothing. Add class. Works once and then not again? Let's try. Okay. Interesting. Nope, nope, can't stand that. My eyes. It burns. Okay. Let me think. Alright, you know, I'm gonna take a breather for a second. I'll be right back, and then we can come back to trying to debug this.
you'll be mine. Hope it's not. Hope it's not too late.
Alright, we're back. Okay, so let's think. Ow. Still don't mean to do that. Full screening it gets annoying, but honestly, guess might as well. Okay. Don't want the mini-map. Oh, okay, saying that. Fine. Okay, so trying to think. So it's able to register, add class-based dev. Let's compare these two. Okay. What is context? Process and function itself. The element. Are we referencing context anywhere? Because they're calling context, so are they referencing it? Let's see. I can't figure this out. Where are they using context? Am I blind? No, they're using context. Maybe it just needs to be passed there for it to make more sense or something. Okay. Alright. I'm thinking. Let's just see if that, by some miracle, just actually changes something. Let's just try that. If by some miracle that changes what this will be, then I'm going to lose my mind. I mean... console.log parent. So this, because background color isn't activating, so I'm just wondering. It doesn't seem to be triggering when reading mode turns on. So why is that? Okay. Why is it not targeting? For parent of parents. I mean, I guess I could like see. I should see if it's actually like adding anything. Markdown preview view. So theoretically, that should be adding a class to it, but it's not. Nope. Nope. So why is this working? Is it because of that? If it's because I was declaring it as const, I'm gonna be a little upset. Is that? No, it's not declaring it any differently. Okay. So you don't like that. Not a fan of that. Okay. What I'm losing here is why exactly. For should be const. Unload text length. Code block replace with parent dot replace with parent dot replace with MDN reference. Okay. So that's just like, okay. Okay. So then let's try dot create div text inner text cls base div dot replace with. No, we still need to do that in here. What tags doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay. What's new parent? Declare that as new parent. Replace with new parent. Make sure we have semicolons so this thing doesn't yell at me. And that should be right. It should be good. It should at least. Base div. Okay. And that should be fine there. Okay. No, don't mean to do that. Oh. Let me see. Move poster. Alright, we need to, for some reason background color isn't applying, but that could also be like a bad example. Is it creating something separate though? Target the inline title, maybe? I should do this again. I should just be logging it, period, for like example purposes. Evaluated. Length 0. Cool, so it's still not finding it correctly. So let's see. Let me see. Focus on... Oh boy. Okay. Mark temperature first. Element context. Element.find all. Fine, we'll target all the divs and then maybe you'll like this. I can't figure out what if it can only target an element or what exactly the format it's looking for. Let's try this. Comment you out. These. Rename classes and interfaces. Oh yeah, these need to be renamed differently. Okay. What? There we go. Character sheet settings. So if we declare that, then yeah, this is. Yeah, it's okay. So it's just mad at me for the spacing. Yeah, that's all it's mad at me for. So, all right. Just a test. There we go. Now, log code. Let's try that. Let me go in here. It is. Alright. So direct comparison now needed. There's something I'm doing wrong here. This is looking for code. Selector string. Const text. Okay. Create span. Then replace with. Okay. Code block, create span. So if we reference create span, text length -1. Scratching my head here. Why is it targeting it the right way here, but not here? Code block replaced with emoji element. Replace with how? Okay. Does it create div that's the problem? Create span. Maybe we'll try that and just see. Okay, so if we try that. Still logging nothing. Okay. Alright. Why? Why? Simply, why? It's able to capture each thing of code. You know what, let's try this. Just randomly, let's just try this. Switch up. Or switch it. Actually, let's just switch it to code. We know it works in code. I'm trying to figure out what is the debugging issue. Because it found it. Now I can find the code. But what I can't figure out is why it can find H2. Let's try it. Well, it can find code. Can it find H2? It just can't find div for some reason. It seems to be the problem. And it's able to swap those. It's able to find everything except div. Is it not thinking about divs? Okay, we need to stop thinking in divs then. That is the problem. You know what? First, let's find out. Let's search for p tag. Okay, we're gonna turn this into our. Now we're gonna try this. Putting you back in render. And we'll do line CS brackets. Delete. CS brackets. Okay. Okay, so we pass this from render. Rendering. Delete CS brackets element. Let's see if that does it. Still does it. Okay. Do we have to pass? Let's see if that's required. If that actually does anything. Don't think it does, but we're gonna see just in case. Nope. Looks good. Rendering, delete CS brackets. Okay. So that means find LP. Targets. Oh, we'll just do target. Well, we need to find all for this actually. Targets. Possibilities of possibility. If possibility dot inner text there we go. That inner text equals if it equals to why there we go. Okay, so it's not just labeling as text, it's just the coloring. Okay. const deleted equals Can I just delete it altogether? That's the question. Can I? Replace with maybe just empty string should be fine. Fine. No, why are we doing? Let's just do let, for goodness sake. I don't like listening to this thing sometimes. Really do not. Alright. Let's go in here. This. Yes, it just removes it. We got it. We have hacked the system. So we've hacked the system. So now when we go to review, it's just gone. Period. Should be able to just delete this now. Now the question would be, we need this entire thing. So can I target the entire? Can I target the entire thing, or am I gonna have to register markdown processor? Will that help here? To change how the document looks in reading mode. Receives an element, which is a section of the preview. Post processors can mutate the DOM to render various things. Okay. Requires lifecycle management, for example, to clear an interval. Okay. Post processors can mutate the DOM to render various things, such as blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay. Let's just, what is it receiving? Is I guess is my question. Guess we'll never know. Okay, so we can't get divs. Now the question will become, if we need, you know what? We can probably do. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's do like header sheet type section title. That should be fine. Let's do CS section title just for naming conventions. And then we'll do padding. 1 RAM, border, is 15%, border, red, solid. Actually, should be able to target. What is the CSS variables? Background for translucent windows. Border color. If I use that, maybe. Okay, so that should be fine. So maybe we want CS section title and pass this to titles. Okay. Actually, we'll do H3 because that'll be the inner ones. And then want possibility. No, possibility dot create. Why is it not? Oh, pass that here. That might be why. Create span. Create elements. Okay. Nope, didn't mean to open Thunderbird. Create L. Does that even come up here? Oh, well, it can. And I can create divs with that. Okay. H3. H3, inner text and CLS, CS section title. Alright, so we can grab that. Create element, CS section, title. And then it should be fine, I think. Oh no, we need to possibility dot replace with styled. Okay. So that should be fine. Seriously? Really? Why? Why? is not... You know what, let's try another one real quick. Render big box. My favorite, big box. Big Box Sweet, great YouTube channel, by the way. Okay. H1. Let me make a div. Do I have to pass text? Well, here's the question. Trying to think. HTML elements. Oh wait, we're already here. Plugin. Plugin guidelines, okay. There we go. New setting, container element. API. Is that much info here? Let me just pull the DOM API section, because we might. Might need to refer to it. I'm trying to think here. Because want a big box around the whole thing, and I needed to grab it correctly. Let me see. Container elements. Workspace. I'm just reading through now, trying to see. Let me think. Alright, let me think. I'm scratching my head here. Guess my question will be... If you want to change how to convert Markdown to HTML, consider looks and feels in live preview. Let's build an editor extension. See, this feels like it would be right. Plugin.register Markdown code block processor. Oh. Okay. Hmm. Other extensions, decorations. I'm trying to think. Access to the editor viewport. I don't feel like the viewport's really what we need though. Markdown post-processing seems right. It's just like... What can we access as a Markdown post-processor? That's my question. Under find all. Let me see. I'm really not sure. I'm questioning the title of the system we're going about this. Yeah. Questioning that greatly. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to look at this bug another time, because I don't know. I don't know the way about going about it, and frankly, I think I'll look at it from a better angle another time. I'm just wondering. I'm trying to think right now. Yeah. I think what we might have to do is do like one big rendering where we have to like target who contains what. It's annoying because it feels like we're flying blind. Selector string. Okay. I mean, maybe if we like... Yeah, I'm like... So how would we... If we went... I think we'd have to do just a big re-rendering. Yeah, if we wanted to do this, what we'd have to do is like a big re-rendering. So like, let's get rid of these. Need to do big re-rendering. I think they started each one with a re-rendering that grabs all the character sheet info. And then adds it to a new rendering of the character sheet. That's the only way I can think to do it, because the design I want to do of just like boxes around, you know, kind of like in let me show, like this. So we'd have like header 1, then here header 2, if we draw and so on and so forth. So if we have a situation like this, it's difficult because we're talking about trying to basically, this would be so much easier if we could mess with divs effectively, and it doesn't seem like I can mess with divs unless I do a complete re-rendering. At least it feels like it. That's what it feels like so far. So at the bare minimum, I don't know for sure, but at the bare minimum, it might come down to not being as fancy looking as I was hoping for. I don't really feel like any sort of component framework, or not even component, like JavaScript framework would really make this easier. So I'm kind of trying to think, because like if we went for like React or Svelte or something like that, like with a custom view that we want to convert to use React. Complex state management, yeah. Cumbersome with regular HTML. I mean, what we're doing feels like normal HTML elements, you know what I mean? It feels normal. It feels like we should be breezing through this. But the main problem is I can't get it to target divs, which is very strange to me. So for some reason, element find all is not finding divs, and I'm assuming that has to do something with Markdown post processing, where we don't have access to divs but rather like text content only or something, because we can grab text content easy, but like any div, no, that's a million times more difficult. It's also possible that we cannot target based on class. Excuse me. It's possible we can't target based on classes, and that is what's hindering this here. But either way, yeah. So I'm thinking the re-rendering might be the only way we can do it. I think that I really do think that's the only way we can do it. We'd have to save all of our text content and then replace everything with a big interconnected this contains this contains this. Oh. The one problem I see will be a question of, actually, I didn't mean to sound like an actually there. Container. Markdown. Preview view. Says markdown render child. Markdown preview view container element. Markdown render. Preview view. So theoretically, with this properties container element, so if we got the container element, extends plugin. Does plugin contain anything? App, workspace. Container element. No. So workspace. No, container element wouldn't target it correctly. So if we went for so how can we register markdown press? Okay. It changed how the document looks in reading mode. Is there anything I'm missing on post processor? Yeah. I feel like we might have to go this far. I mean, I don't really want to. Registering editor extensions. Access to viewport. Markdown post-processing feels like it should be right. I just can't get past that. So, but in any case, there's no real way to change this unless we just, I mean, here. Let's go to the HTML element section because I think this is a good reference right here. Such as the settings, expose container elements. Every HTML element, including the container element, exposes create element method that creates an HTML element under the original element. For example, here's how you can create an HTML. Yeah, so by this logic, right? So create element will return an HTML element, right? Which therefore means that we can create elements within create elements, if that makes sense. So by logic, this should be fine. Will it be a bit of a crapshoot, possibly, to look at? Possibly. There's a chance for that, and that's what I'm worried about, but honestly, that might be the only thing. Let's real quick see. Use create L to change to make this big render. I'm just leaving notes for myself because we don't believe we have time to do this now, but I want to leave notes for myself to prepare for later. So big render from create element is the way out, is what I'm seeing, because we can easily chain those together. And by chaining those together, this is going to get 10 times easier because suddenly we can create div. Because think of it like this: we are looking at an HTML document when we're looking at editor mode. Let's make it easier. When we're in editor mode right now, we're editing Markdown. But when we enter reading mode, then we enter an HTML document, and we can do these drop downs to like see what's within them and stuff like that. So, simply put, we just need to think of it just like that. I mean, I don't think that the character title will be able to be, well, might be able to. I don't know if we can get the container outside of that, but it's fine. We don't necessarily need to target the character title. We just need the character title to be like what it is, you know? And then after that, we can make our container system that I'm describing here. That's what I'm thinking. And I feel like that should work just fine. So, that's what we're going to do next time around. We're going to chain with create elements and be able to actually utilize divs, because I don't want to have to like skip around divs and like stuff. And I don't think normal Markdown post-processing will work, so we have to use create element. For all I know, though, this is how they intended it, and I just didn't understand it. Maybe I'm just stupid. That's possible too. We may never know. But either way, we got it. We're good. Alright, I am in love with that because we have an actual plan and we know what we're going for, and now it's actually saved. We know what to do next. So that will be all fine and dandy, if you ask me. Alright, perfect. Okay. So with that, I think that's going to have to call for today. I don't like doing 2.5 hour streams, guys. I don't like doing it. I want to do longer streams. And we probably do longer streams further down the line. It's just right now I have a lot going on, and this is the limited time I can work with. So that is going to have to be it for now. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid. Might have to log into Twitch because my normal Twitch extension blew up. Nope. Oh, who just... Hey! Hey, Ellie. Wow, Ellie, you were late. Wow. Late. Honestly. Yeah, I've spent the past 2.5 hours dealing with this beauty. And I took too long AFK because I was just like taking a breather because I simply could not. But yeah, Obsidian is I said it was fun. I still think it's fun, but it's a bit more than that, man. So, but thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. If you're here at all. Let me go. Yeah, let me go back to my Twitch. I think did my Twitch vanish? It vanished suddenly. Alright. Let me see. Who's online? Beazle. Oh, Beazle is cool. Let me see what Beazle's up to after this ad break. I hate this 20-second ad break. Be gone. Be gone. I want to see the indie game art. Give it away. Demonic creature. Goodness gracious. Okay. What in the MetaQuest ad is this? It's Sid Meier's Civilizations. MetaQuest, what even? Anyway, that's cool. Beazle doing indie game art. Alright, let's go over to Beazle. Because I need a breather. Alright, that sounds good. Alright. Let's go right. Alright, sounds good. Beazle, why? You got my hopes up, Beazle. Upset. So upset. Freshwater Fern, actually. Yeah, Fern does a Game Maker Studio game dev, so that's cool. So we'll try that. Alright, guys. We're gonna go raid Freshwater Fern. Great game dev. Please give them a follow. They're fantastic. But anyway, that's gonna be it for us now. See you guys later. Thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next week for hopefully finishing the shenanigan. Hopefully. I promise we will at the very least try. Alright, bye guys. Woohoo.